Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to part 1 of sound deadening the Volvo 240. So recently I just picked up a large pack of this sound deadening from Amazon Basics. It is a standard car sound deadening material. It's like a sticky back adhesive, maybe 1/8-inch thick rubber with an aluminum sheet on top, and this is going to be good temperature and sound insulation for the 240. Now the main reason I'm doing this is because it's such an old car, and it came with no sound insulation, maybe 4 of these in the car right now total, and it needs the whole thing to be covered because there's a lot of road noise and rain is loud. So yeah, I've already started doing the trunk a little bit. Today's episode is just going to be part 1. We're going to be finishing the trunk. I was just testing out to make sure it all went well and worked. But from what I've read, if you're looking to do this to your car, get this Amazon Basic stuff. Everywhere I've read said this is about a third of the price as other companies such as what's called Dynamat, and there are a few others out there, but everyone is saying this is like the same quality. I think I paid $180, give or take, and it's going to cover the entire car, which is the whole trunk, the whole floor, and all the doors, and I'll probably have enough to do the roof as well. All the other companies probably would cost you about $400 or $500 to do the exact same thing, so definitely look at Amazon Basics if you're looking to do this. This is not necessarily something that's hard to do as well. It'll take some time, especially if you're going to go as in-depth as I am. I'm doing the whole car, so this is going to be a multiple part series. The first part is probably going to be the trunk you're watching now. The second part will be the doors. Third part will probably be the floor of the interior, because I have to take everything out to do that. So that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to stop talking. Stuff's easy. Peel it, stick it, roll it, or press it in, make sure it's all good, or prep the surface before. But yeah, we're going to get started sound deadening. I'll show you what I've done thus far, and we'll get into it. So as you can see, I've already started doing a little bit. I did the underside of the trunk, and I did a little bit under here. This is like the bottom of the trunk, so I've done a little bit here and a little bit there. I've got a lot more to go. I'm going to cover this whole thing, so all the carpet, the subwoofer, everything's got to come out, everything's got to be cleaned, and then I got to sound deaden the whole thing. But as you can see, there's no Amazon Basics logo on this stuff. If you want to remove the logo, all you have to do is rub this stuff with isopropyl alcohol and it'll pop off. I'll show you that later. But yeah, this is what I've done so far. I'm probably just going to time lapse me doing the whole thing. Well, I'll probably film me doing one just so you can see how to do it and what the proper steps are. But then yeah, I'll time lapse the rest of it. You can watch me do the trunk, and let me give you a demonstration of how much better this actually makes the car. So I'll knock on the hood real quick, and you can kind of hear what it was like before. So you can hear how echoey that is, and the roof does the same thing. It's like very echoey, not very, robust sounding. But then if you listen to this, it sounds like it's much more of like one unit. And when you're inside the car driving, that's going to do a lot for, even though it's just my hand knocking on it, like rock chips and any sort of rain that might hit this, it's going to sound like completely quiet. So we're going to do that to the whole car, and we're just doing the trunk for now, but we're going to get started. Awesome. So as you can tell by the time lapse, I've just wrapped up my first piece for today's work. I'm trying to sort of replicate what I did over here. You might see gaps like this and little imperfections, like how that's crooked. It's just the way it conforms to the piece. The whole thing, what really matters is that just the whole thing is covered. It doesn't have to look nice, because eventually I'm going to re-carpet all of this and all this. You'll never even see any of this sound deadening. But yeah, so as you saw, I used just a microfiber, isopropyl alcohol, wiped down the whole thing. I vacuumed it out first. I don't know if I should. I haven't done this bit down here. This is a little bit more complicated because it's like a curved wheel well. So I'm gonna do all of this side and that side second. Then I'm gonna try to get this middle part done first, just because it's a little more flat and easier to work with. But yeah, wipe the whole thing down, isopropyl alcohol, get all the dirt off.
lay it down, start at one end, and like you probably saw me work my way all the way across. Don't try to stick it all down at once, because these little like divots and curves will mess with you and it's not fun to work with. So yeah, that's the first piece done. I'm gonna time lapse me doing pretty much the rest of this, and then I'll catch back up with you once I've done this whole middle bit here, and then we'll move on to the sides. One last thing I want to mention is that I'm using a rolling pin to sort of help push this down. You can do it with your hands. It's just a little bit taxing on your hands after a little while. But they also sell like purpose-built like nylon rollers for like $8. I'm just cheap and didn't feel like spending it because I knew we had this thing. It works just fine. Sometimes the roller like pops out of its little like socket there, but no, this works just fine. Anything that rolls in, especially for flat surfaces like right here, works perfectly. So yeah, grab one of these if you can. If you don't, you can use your hands. It'll be fine. Just takes longer. It hurts a little bit more. So it's been a day since that last clip, and I put the camera down and ended up just knocking out this whole top shelf right here. So this middle part is pretty much where I want to get it, except for that piece right there. So this is all covered here. This is covered as well as I'd like it. I'm not gonna be bothered to be perfect with that. Call for that. That looks good. So I just need to make a square there, and I need to make this square over here. The next thing I'm gonna focus on are the two wheel wells, and then we'll see how far I get with this section. I think I'm gonna probably stop around here and just do here up, because this might become a cubby for storage. I might try to make this flat with some kind of, I don't know, we'll figure that out later. But I'm gonna mostly just do this part and this part. We'll figure out what to do down here. But most important are these wheel wells, because obviously that's where rocks get flown up and chipped everywhere. So we're gonna try to cover the wheel wells very completely, which is gonna be kind of annoying on this side, especially with the fuel tube and struts and all that. But we should be able to figure out, so that's what we're gonna do right now. So I just wrapped up that last corner piece, and now I'm going to do these side bits and the fender well. This is taking forever. This is extremely tedious. This is not an easy task if it's not super flat. Like this part didn't take me that long. Like this is just a big piece. Like this wasn't that bad. This took forever because of how curved it was. So I'm thinking that for this wall, I'm just gonna do like the big squares, just like the full pieces, maybe like 2 or 3 of them, however many fit across there. Not worry about getting up in there too much. Or this hole, honestly, I'm not even gonna think about doing, because when I end up recarpeting this whole trunk and making it actually look nice, obviously you won't see any of this, but I was planning on making a platform that goes across here so the whole trunk is flat, and then I can lift that up for storage. I have like a first aid kit and like jumper wires, whatever that I could put on either side. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna sound deaden in here. This just looks like it's shit, and I just can't be bothered. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This looks like it's gonna be a pain in the ass too, but yeah, we'll see about these fender wells. I don't know how I'm gonna tackle this. I might just do really small squares and I don't know. Pray for me. it's now actually been a few days since you've seen that last clip. This middle part's here is the exact same. I finished up this wall and I finished up this wall as well. They both look great, nicely cut, wasn't too hard, didn't take that long. So I've recently, or not recently, in the video I've been preaching about how this part's very important and I'm gonna do the fender wells. I actually just decided that I'm gonna cut the video here and I'm not gonna do these in this video. That doesn't mean I'm never gonna do them, but they're very technical. It's gonna take me forever to do, and I honestly don't think it's gonna be worth my time. What I decided, because I've been thinking about this for a while, because eventually I want to redo this whole trunk so it looks nice and whatnot, recarpet, do the whole thing. So I have to figure out how to carpet this, and I was also thinking that I may not even carpet this little section here because it might be a pain in the ass. And the original Volvo trunk design didn't come with these carpeted, so they're usually just exposed, so I might just repaint them. We'll see. But what I am thinking is that in the next video or another couple videos from now, there's a piece that covers, this is the foam for the back seat, and this is just like a little metal divider between the trunk and the cabin. So what I might do is there's a flat piece of like papery cardboard that goes there stock. I might get some nice ABS plastic and sound deaden that and put it there just to separate the trunk from the main cabin and not worry about this trunk too much. I think the sound deadening we've done here is great. This is going to do good for temperature. This is going to probably do the most for the sun. But no, this all looks great. I'm really happy with this. I'm probably not going to do the fender wells. The inside of the cabin has a little bit of fender well. That's going to be really easy to do. I'm definitely going to do that because anything inside the cabin is going to be a little, just matters a little bit more because that's where you're sitting. So yeah, I think that's actually going to be a wrap for today's video. I am super pleased with how this all came out. Was it a lot of work? Yes. Do I think it's going to be worth it long run? Absolutely. So yeah, that's going to be a wrap for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, learned a little bit about sound deadening cars. It's not that hard, it's not that expensive. Definitely check out this Amazon basic stuff compared to the other brands. I would highly recommend this stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please comment on the video, leave something I could have done better, subscribe to the channel, it means that an absolute lot. Like the video, just keep watching, check out some of the other videos, there's some other good stuff out there, especially if you have a Volvo. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.